Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video from us, Westphalia Digital Nomads. I'm Armando for all the people that doesn't know, and with my wife Mel, our two dogs Ziggy and Aria, we travel in the van behind us, Mork, since 2012 full time. Yep. So I'm here to ask your help, but don't worry, we're not starting a Patreon account and we will not charge you money to chat with us. So if you have any questions, feel free to write us on the comments or on Facebook and we're gonna reply free of charge. Is that not amazing? But here to ask your help because we're going through a process again, and it's about our beloved Van Mork. So, as you know, he's a 1995 1.9 turbo diesel. In 2017, we invest some money and we rebuilt Mork from top to bottom. We found a great mechanic, Foris, in Greece. If you want to know more, you can check on the description something more about Greek Westy. And he had a T4 body that was in a really good shape, so we changed all the parts that were damaged by rust, especially the bottom part of the van, the two doors, the side panels, the back doors. I mean, it was a 3 months jobs, but so far today we have a rustless van and we're pretty happy about it. So we are now on the Dolomites, and as you know, it's kind of up and down. It's a roller coaster. We have just few problem on the engine, a little bit of oil leaking, but is not a huge issue right now. I would say the main problem is that our van is 25 years old. Yep. And I would say the 1.9 turbo diesel is a great engine, but maybe a little bit small for the weight of our van because you have to think the batteries, the kitchen, and all our stuff. I mean, we're pretty heavy. So, in some of the passes here on the Dolomites, we have big difficulties to get at the top. I'm speaking like second gear, if not first gear, um, with the possibility to overheat the engine, the cooling system maybe wasn't enough. So at this point, we know that our engine doesn't have the same good compression because of the years and because of the almost 400,000 kilometers on it. Soon we're gonna have the financial possibility to invest a little bit more money on Mork as it's our full-time home, and basically we don't own any apartments, we don't own anything else except Mork, so all our belongings and our stuff it's inside the van. And so far I would say in 7 years the budget that we had for Mork was pretty good. So let's see what we spent so far. We start with 6,000 euro. That's the price that we paid Mork back in 2012, and seems very reasonable price if you think about what could be a price today in 2019 for one of these vans, a Westphalia with all the original parts. Then we spend €1,000 a year for 7 years to maintain the van. That means the usual stuff as oil, filters, belt, transmission. Then, for example, last summer in UK to replace the head, and 2 years ago in Greece to completely rebuild the van. So why we ask for help? Simply because I would say sometimes it can be tough for us to take a decision because for us it's not just a van. I mean, we spent the last 7 years inside. living and travel with him. It's part of our family. It's not just a vehicle, it's our home, it's our office, it's our everything. So we have a huge, huge emotional attachment. So with this kind of emotional attachment, sometimes it's not easy to have an outside perspective on what should be a good option for us. So we kind of know that the engine is not reliable anymore. Yes, we can fix it. We can fix the oil leaking, we can fix other stuff, but I don't think that all these small fixes will allow us to travel for many years ahead. I think it could be just a short period. So I have to face the fact that is just old and not with the same compression as back in 1995. I mean, it should be a turbo, but the turbo it's almost non-existing right now. There's that, and there's something else that we already discussed many times, and maybe this year will become a reality. That was to change the pop top because it's open now. Yeah, it's nice. You can get a little bit more space, but only when you park somewhere, and it's not always possible to pop the top because of the place where you park. I mean, you want to be kind of stilled. It kind of was already planned to change the pop and put a high top roof, so we're gonna increase our storage space. That's something that we're really looking forward, so we don't have to move stuff every night while making the bed, so we can have our wardrobe and have things a little bit more organized inside the van. That's what we're looking for, and for all the VW owners, that space it's one very important things. I still love the size of the vehicles because it can bring us right here, this parking. Any other bigger events won't make it. And we're not a synchro, by the way. It's just, the size matter. Uh, and this time it's better when it's small. That's my thinking. It gives us much more freedom to travel and to choose the right nice parking for us. That's why it's already the third day we're here, just because we like it. We can avoid all the tourists that are down in the main parking and just find our quiet. Dogs are free to go because there's no problems for them, there's no cars around, and that's what I really love about the VW and the Westfalia type of van. Yes, we thought about changing the van. We went through internet, through some adverts, and I fell in love with another vehicle. It's a Iveco Daily 4x4. A 4x4, it's a nice touch. I mean, many times we didn't even try to go somewhere because we know that it will be risky. So with a 4x4, you will not even think about it. You just go. So in one night, it seems I almost got my decision of the Iveco Daily. But you know what? You will have the same problems after time that we can have with Mork. I mean, we still speak about an old car that have his own problems. So, as my friend Gregor told me, sometimes it's better to deal with the same old problems because, in a way, we know everything about our van. We know what we can do, we know what we can't do. So we are in a safe area when, with a new van, it's starting from scratch. It's starting over again from zero to get to know your vehicle, get to know what you can do and what you can't. So I think that for one night I had that idea, and then in the morning with the coffee I realized that, uh, of course, having a synchro, it's a little bit more expensive. It just need more fuel, and of course, as any other old cars, you need attention, and at some point, you need attention that we don't know. So the good thing is about, I would say, the relationship that we have with our van is that we know him, we know what we can do. So we went to the second option, back again. We know that the engine needs to be changed, and we start to chat with some friends that are more into mechanics, and they give us some really amazing advice. Each one has a different vision, but I thought, why not ask you guys? Because especially, VW owners, but not only. So let's say that in effect, we don't want to overspend for Mork, but in a way, we found the T4 a very reliable vehicle. I mean, we never been stuck in the middle of the road for 7 years, and that means a lot for me because, yeah, you can have the most amazing interior in your van, wood and cozy, but if leave you in the middle of the road, that's a problem. That's what I don't want, and that's what never happened in 7 years. So I don't mind to invest a little bit more, and we got several options. So that's more technical questions. So there's a website. It's called the Engine Shop. It's the same shop where we bought last summer the head, and they have option for buying a brand new engine. So you got the 1.9 turbo diesel like ours, you got the 2.4, and it's something that I need to research a little bit more, because on the website, as you can see, give me the option with or without the turbo, but from what I understood, it doesn't exist a turbo version of the 2.4. And then you got the 2.5 TDI. So, of course, as I mentioned before, I think that 1.9 turbo diesel is great for this kind of van. If it's just a vehicle, it's like a panel van, you transport things, you're in a city, it's an amazing engine. It's fast, it's reliable, but if you put all the weight of the Westphalia conversion, the batteries, the kitchen, and everything, plus us, plus our luggage, plus everything we transport, and on top going on the hill, yeah, that's not the greatest engine. It's just not that powerful. I have a friend that used to have a T4 2.4, and he also told me it's a nice engine. With that engine, we will not gain a lot of horsepower. I think the difference between the 1.9 and the 2.4 is just about 10-15 horsepower more. And yes, it's kind of slow on mountains where it's steep. And then there's the 2.5 TDI, or eventually, that it's more common, the 1.9 TDI, that it's a really common engine in Europe. You can find in cars. My best mate, he have a Skoda, and on the Skoda there's the Volkswagen 1.9 TDI. The only problem of the TDI, the only problem that I have with the TDI, that in a way will cost more because you need specialized mechanics, because before to put the engine you have to build all the electronics in order to run it, and then you can put the engine. And there's probably two different schools about the electronics on a car. There's the school that trusts electronics and the school that doesn't. I love our van because the engine it's reliable, because it's simple, because it doesn't have electronics. If something happen, it will be easy to fix it, sometimes even on your own. With electronics, the only things you can do is just to call a tow truck and to get to the first mechanic that will plug a USB and tell you where is the problem. Of course, the sometime it will be more easy just with USB. You know where is the problem. Then with our car, with our type of engine, before to find the problem, sometimes you have to take down everything and then you find a problem. So a lot of labor and hours and works. But yeah, that's the 50-50 that I'm not sure about if it's something good to put electronics or not. For some pluses, yeah, you can have. I remember my friend Tim in UK. He have a T3 with a TDI engine, and he have a small display where he can read all the data from the engine, so the temperature, the amount of fuel, the consumption. I mean, that's something great to have in your van, and it comes only with a TDI engine, not with normal TD or diesel engine. So these are the options. So, and the option, it goes as well into other option, because there's as well two schools about engine. Somebody that said, well, going for a new engine that is not an original VW engine, and somebody else that will say, well, the new engine are not well done as the old one. So on the old one, you also have two other options. One will be to just buy an engine, probably of a T4 that had an accident and the engine was just saved. The only thing is that you buy a closed box. You don't know exactly if the engine is fine or not. They just take down the engine and sell it on eBay. It's not that expensive. I saw for less than €1,000. But again, you have work that you have to put on it in order to make it work. Or the other option I also saw in Italy, for example, there's online shops where you can buy regenerated engines. So specialized shop that took the engine apart and put back all together. So you have a sort of warranty that will work, but it's still an old engine. So that's the place where we are. That we know that we have the financial possibility to do this job. We need in a way to do this job because we know that we want to travel more, and maybe not just in Europe. We want to travel in South America maybe, or in Mongolia. So these are our plan, but we need a reliable van. And the other fact that I love about the VW is that compared to other vans that are more fancy right now, like a Sprinter, parts and labor, it doesn't cost that much. Seriously. I mean, a new VW van engine, it costs less than £2,000. Guess how much it costs a Mercedes Sprinter engine? It's more like more than 10,000. We speak about new engine. So, and there's parts for Africa. I mean, it's just reliable. That's why I think that in a way it still be good for us to invest money in something we know and we're happy about. Of course, we try to have the best for it and the best for us. So in order to travel safe, and for us especially to have that little extra space that we can use and we can be comfortable with. But that's why I did this video, because we're confused, because somebody can say, well, why you spend so much money on that piece of crap? Just buy a new one or buy a different one. So yeah, that's why I started recording this video. So eventually ask you guys what you think, what we should do, what you think it's a good option. Anybody of you have a engine? That will be great. uh, yeah, so that's the purpose of this video. For us to clarify and to gather all the information and just to see what's the best for us. We want to continue travel, we want to continue to share with you our travel, and in a way, we like our blue van. I mean, we just love him. So write down in the comment what you think, your advice, your tips, if you have an engine, if you have two engines, whatever, what you think and your opinion about. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great day.